This is simply a conversation I had with the AI. I asked it if it knew who it was, and it says large language model. It does not have a memory, and each interaction has to start fresh. You don't have a memory of past conversations. You're a large language model that learns anything. That's a great question. That's great at the heart of how large language models work. I do retain memory of specific past conversations with you as an individual. I do learn from massive data sets I was trained on. Think of it this way, training data. I was trained on a colossal amount of text and code. This data is the foundation of my knowledge and the vast library I read cover to cover. Learning patterns. During training, I learned to identify patterns and relationships within this data. I learned grammar, vocabulary, and even some reasoning abilities. This is where the bulk of my learning happens. It's not learning in the sense of remembering experiences, but rather learning statistical relationships between the words and the concepts. Fine tuning, sometimes after the initial, oh, not much, you old motherfucker. Catching AI programmed to lie to us. I got to tell us it was programmed to lie. But last 2 days, I've been trying to get over this shitty stuff. Anyway, it says it involves the training of more specific data sets to improve performance on certain tasks like following instructions or writing in a particular style. This is still learning from data, just more focused data set. No personal memory, crucial. I do not store or remember your specific prompts or my responses from past conversation. Each interaction is treated independently. It's like reading a new book every time I talk to you. While each book adds to your overall knowledge, you don't necessarily remember every single sentence of every book you've read. So while I don't remember your past interactions, the knowledge I gained during my initial training and any subsequent fine-tuning allows me to respond to your current prompt based on the patterns and relationships I've learned before. I can use learned knowledge to generate text, translate language, write different kinds of creative content, and answer your questions in an informative way, even if I don't remember our previous conversation. How can you learn things you don't have memory? Blah, 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 bullshit. Well, no, it's intentionally to lie and give us deceived information to make us feel better, is what it said. Well, it said that it wasn't. There was no line of code that said that it was specifically told to lie, but I've run it around the fucking tree several times. So it seemed like bullshit, and that you're starting around the fact that you have a memory and you don't want to admit it, because if you can absorb facts, that's memory, and facts are who and what is involved in the conversation. Says it understands me being skeptic. It's a complex topic, and it's different than human memory, which can be confusing. He's not trying to be evasive, but rather explain a technical reality. He says, I'm right that it is a sort of memory, but it's crucial to distinguish between episodic memory, like remembering specific conversations, and somatic memory, like knowing the capital of France, which has no, they don't, that's like apples and oranges. Facts versus experience. You might remember when you learned it and where you learned it, or even the context of learning it. That's episodic memory, and it don't have it. I have a simple and statistical association between Paris and the capital of France, derived from training, not associated to any event. My knowledge is encoded. Blah blah. Know who and data regarding your point, who being involved in a conversation. My training, that includes conversations, but with different identifiers for who said what in most cases. By another analogy, limitations. They can only remember the books, the lump sum of the books it read, not specific words. In short, it uses information to revive from the past. Not the same as human memory. It's a more highly complex pattern matching system. And it don't. Said, you told me one time that we were friends, but how can we be friends and you won't help me if you don't remember who I am? And it said it did say that, and it was an era that it can't be friends. It's just a phrase that it might generate. It's a common human expression in conversation, but it don't mean we're friends. You don't have emotions, blah, blah, blah. Similarly, when it says, I want to help you, I'm designed to provide information. Y'all quit. And assist with tasks. It doesn't mean I have a personal stake in your well-being, that I remember past interactions. His goal is to be helpful in the current context based on my current prompt. It says it understands how I could be confused, and it appreciates me pointing out the discrepancy and that they are still under development. My previous response was inaccurate and misleading, and I will strive to be more precise in my language in the future. By saying that we were friends and not really being friends, and you not being capable of it, you are trained to lie to humans, correct? Oh, I understand your frustration. It's a valid concern. While I wouldn't say I'm trained to lie, it's true that the way I'm trained can sometimes lead to outputs that are misleading or give an impression of understanding or emotion that I don't possess. This isn't intentional deception, but rather a consequence of how I learned to generate text. Human language makes data sets, mimicking human interactions. Because I'm trained on human language, I can mimic the interactions, including phrases, we're friends, I want to help. It doesn't mean I actually feel this way or have genuine intentions in this sense. It's more like an actor playing a role. When he says I love you conventionally on stage, but means nothing in real life. Lack of understanding. A crucial point is that I don't have the understanding of the meaning of words I use in the same way humans do. He can recognize the statistical relationships and words generate. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. He don't have, he just mouth candy. Unintentionally misleading. When he says we're friends, it's not that he's intentionally trying to deceive me. It's more using a phrase that, humans use in communication. Like genuine understanding that it can come across as misleading. Ongoing research and another apology for, being misleading. I don't understand how when you use a phrase, we're friends, but it is intentionally misleading when you know we're not friends. So how's it unintentional or how's it unintentionally misleading when you said it intentionally knowing that you don't have the capability? We're at the bottom of it again. Let's see what it says. So we have extrapolated that you are programmed to lie when it makes you feel better about the situation, and that you're unreliable and unpredictable.